For today's training, we are going to be talking about creating and using videos for your business. So we're going to talk about two key things right here. We're going to talk about one, creating videos for marketing, and two, we're going to discuss creating videos for product creation. So there's two different main reasons that you're going to want to create videos. So on the next slides, I'm going to share with you some of the tools that I use to actually create videos, and then we'll actually get on the screen, show you how to actually create these videos, and then also we're going to, show you also how to embed videos for your customers if you decide to create videos for your own products. So to get started here, one of the main tools that's quite popular to use is called Jing, Jing, and you'll see at the top of my little screen there, you're probably going to see like a little yellow dot thing, and the reason that is there is because that's going to demonstrate, for Jing. Jing actually kind of rests there on your desktop, and it's really smooth how it lets you actually record videos. And so I'll show you how to use Jing here in just a moment. Jing, as you can see there, works with both Mac and PC, and it is a free version of Camtasia, which I'm sure you've heard of Camtasia. I'll mention that in just a moment. Camtasia is a very powerful recording software, but Jing is actually made by the same creators. Jing is free. They do have a pro option that's fairly inexpensive. I believe it's about $15 a year. It's under $20 a year. That basically lets you record longer videos and gives you more features. But the basic Jing can actually get the job done as far as recording a video on your screen, so you have something to work with. You'll see there Camtasia. This is actually again created by TechSmith. Camtasia is huge. Camtasia videos can be used on YouTube. They can be used all over the place. Camtasia videos are great. In fact, this presentation is currently being recorded with Camtasia. We're not going to talk tons about Camtasia, just simply because Camtasia is, Camtasia is a more expensive program, and they also have a lot of tutorials on their website that are absolutely free for you to look at if you decide to actually go through and invest in Camtasia. But I just wanted to share this with you because it is a very important tool that you can use to create videos. I would recommend using some of these other methods before you go out and invest in something as big as this, just because it'll allow you to generate some income with some of these other video methods and then be able to afford it. And it's definitely worth it when it gets to that point in your business. They do offer a 30-day free trial, so if you do want to try them out, you're more than welcome to do that as well. If you want to use Camtasia to create any of these videos I'm about to show you how to do. So that is Camtasia. The next one that's very similar to Camtasia, not very similar, but it basically does the basics of Camtasia. It will record what's on your screen, plus record your input audio. That is called Cam Studio. Now, Cam Studio is an open source software, much like the other programs that have been discussed in other technical courses, such as like Composer or FileZilla, for FTP. Open Office, as I'll discuss here in just a moment. All those are open source programs, meaning they're free for you to actually use, and basically it gives you the ability to use them however you see fit. Now, what it does, it actually will record what's on your screen. It's kind of, Camtasia would be kind of like kind of like a Lamborghini, and a Cam Studio might be more like a Honda Accord, a very basic car, so it gets you from A to Z, but it doesn't have all the bells and whistles and fancy features that maybe a fancier car might have, so to speak, like Camtasia. So Cam Studio is very basic. It is free, and it can get the job done, is basically why I wanted to show you. It can get the job done. It's a good starting point for anybody starting out. So that is Cam Studio. The one drawback with Cam Studio is it only works on a PC. But most people out there are PC users, so if you are on a Mac, then I would go the route of Jing, because they work on both computers. Now there are some downsides to Jing. The only main downside of Jing is they limit you to like very short videos, which works great when you're doing like recordings and things of that nature. So it works good for that part of things. And recordings like for marketing videos that you're going to use on YouTube, but it can be difficult when you're using that for product creation. So you may want to look at Cam Studio or Camtasia for longer product creation videos. Windows Live Movie Maker. This is a tool you can download if you have a Windows computer, and if you have Windows XP, the updated version of Windows XP, Windows Vista, and then Windows 7, Windows Live Movie Maker will work on that. You can actually go to Google, type in Windows Live Movie Maker, and you'll be able to download it to your computer and follow their instructions. They make it really easy. It's a free tool, and as I'll show you, it's actually very powerful. And we're talking point and click simple, as I'll demonstrate here in just a moment. And so if you do have a computer with a PC, or if you have a Mac that maybe is running the Parallels program, which allows you to run Windows on your Mac, then Windows Live Movie Maker is actually an outstanding solution that's free for creating videos. And I'll show you what kind of videos you can create with this. You can do screen capture videos, but you can make your own videos using other tools out there. With Windows Live Movie Maker, you'll want to set up Windows Live ID. So if you already have a Hotmail or a Live.com account, that you already use, then you don't have to worry about this. But you will after you download and install the product. They'll have you set up your Windows Live ID, which is very basic. I mean, you can just pick whatever username you typically use, and it is free. It doesn't cost you anything, again, to use the software. So it's a very great tool. They're not going to spam your email address, or anything like that. But it's a good little program. You don't have to use any of the other Windows Live features if you don't want to, but Windows Live Movie Maker is outstanding, and I'll demonstrate that here in a moment. And for those wondering, as on Windows Live Movie Maker, real quick, in fact, I'll just jump back there. On Windows Live Movie Maker, your computer typically will come with something already installed called Movie Maker. And the reason I recommend Windows Live Movie Maker is it's the more updated version. XP and Vista all came out and they had Windows Movie Maker already pre-installed on them. But when Windows 7 came out, which is what I'm using on this computer, and when most new computers are coming out, if you bought a computer in the last year or so with Windows 7 on it, it's not going to have the original Movie Maker installed on it, which is why I recommend you go out and download this Windows Live Movie Maker for any machine you have, just because it is upgraded, it's got more features, it's much easier to use and leverage. And so if you're wondering to yourself, well, I already have that, that's why this is being explained in this way. So, and you can choose whether or not you want to jump to the other one or not. Now this site right here that I'm showing you, it's a very weird domain name. So it's just SX as in xylophone, C.hu, SXC.hu. It's not .com, it's not .org, it's .hu. So it is as weird as it looks on the screen. So that's not a typo. It's sxc.hu. What this is actually a free stock photo site, much like iStock Photo, which is great. iStock Photo, you can get some outstanding images that you can use, but they charge you, a dollar. So it seems like lately that I'm not sure the exact story behind it, but it looks like they are coordinated with iStock Photo in a lot of ways. Either they have an affiliate relationship or they own, iStock owns them. But regardless, as I'll show you, they actually offer a segment of their pictures, a large amount of pictures on here that are actually free and free for you to use for nearly any purpose within reason. And so what's great about that is you can actually take these pictures, use them within your videos, and create some pretty cool videos with some nice pictures that won't cost you anything. And they also offer, hey, if you're going for this picture, how about, they might give you a selection of ones that you have to pay for first, just like most things. But if I'll show you how to find the free ones out there. They actually have a majority of their videos or pictures are actually free. So that's what this little website's about. It's a free website. Definitely recommend that you look at using this one. And this is one other final little tool that I'll be demonstrating how to use when we do our video, and that tool is called Audacity. And Audacity is actually a free, again, open source software that lets you record audio, and Audacity does work with a Mac. They have a version for both. And Audacity, is free. It lets you record audio onto your computer, so it's a free MP3 type program. So again, another very powerful solution that's also free. That's not going to break the bank at all. So, and this is another tool that, again, going with the theme here, is free. So I'm trying to share with you these video creation methods, tools, systems that you can use that's not going to break your bank. So you don't have to run out and buy Microsoft Office. You can actually get OpenOffice, which is free. If you already have Microsoft Office, that's great. In fact, that's got even more features and things of that nature. So don't feel bad if you have Office. If you don't have it, though, again, don't feel bad if you don't have it, because OpenOffice is a solution for you. And with any of these, you can just go out to Google, you can go to openoffice.org, or you could type in OpenOffice and access it. So again, OpenOffice, a very, very powerful solution for your needs. So definitely want to encourage you to take a look at OpenOffice. So now we're also going to talk about, at the end of this series, how to go into putting your pictures up on, or excuse me, your videos up onto YouTube, so you can start promoting, or put it on YouTube so that you can go out there and really start creating your videos. So we're going to talk about how to upload them to YouTube, how to embed these videos again onto like your sales pages or squeeze pages, or embed them into your blog post, things of that nature. This is another site. We're probably not going to go in detail on this because it's very similar to YouTube, but definitely wanted to share it with you so you can write it down in your notes, and that is Rever.com. Rever doesn't get as much traffic as YouTube, but it still is a very popular video sharing type website that gives you a lot of flexibility as well. And Vimeo actually, what I like about them, they're not really much of a, they're somewhat similar to YouTube and Rever in a way, but not quite. They seem to be, trying to go after a little different type clientele. What a lot of marketers use Vimeo for is the fact that their little video player seems to look a little more professional maybe than YouTube's. Some people might disagree with that, but a lot of marketers actually use Vimeo when they're embedding videos like onto squeeze pages or things of that nature. So they might actually go, look at Vimeo, like if they want to have a more professional looking squeeze page or sales page, they might upload their videos to Vimeo and then embed them that way. And so, so that's definitely something for you to definitely take in to mind. So what we're going to do next then is get started actually creating our videos. So we're going to just jump in and start using some of these tools to create our own little videos. I am now going to show you a free method for creating some very powerful videos that you can use to promote your website. This method again is free, and it's something that you can use over and over to make some very great videos that you can actually turn around and market on video sharing sites like YouTube and Rever.com, and you can use it to kind of get people excited about your products and services, and obviously get them onto your affiliate websites or your squeeze pages or product pages, whatever you might be promoting. So for this example, we're going to use a free software program called Windows Live Movie Maker. Now, even if you have an older PC computer, you are going to want to consider updating to this newest current version, and everybody can get it over at Windows Live Movie Maker. Windows Live Movie Maker. Now, if you are using a Mac, this will not work on a Mac computer, but you can actually run a program called Parallels for Mac that actually will enable you to run Windows within your Mac computer. And if you can run Windows, you'll be able to use this software. So just go to Google and type in Windows Live Movie Maker. Windows Live Movie Maker. Once you are on the Windows Live Movie Maker website, what you're going to do is simply click on Download Now. And it's going to be a fairly large file, just to warn you. It's going to download an executable file, which basically will just install it onto your computer. So it's Windows Live Movie Maker, and you're actually going to be downloading it from live.com, which is Microsoft's newest website. So just go to Windows Live Movie Maker in Google, and you'll get to a website that looks similar to this. And the main goal here is to download this very powerful software. So since that's going to take a little bit of time, go ahead and do that. Pause this video, and then once it actually is downloaded, I'm going to go in there and show you some ways to use this very powerful software. So now I'm going to assume at this point you've already downloaded this software. So what I'm going to do next is actually show you how to create a simple, clean video using images and some music in the background. Once I show you how to do that, I'm going to show you how to use it, with images and then possibly with your audio, with your voice speaking these things, and I'll show you how to use this tool to tie it all together. So a great place to go online in order to grab images that are absolutely free is to go to a website called stock.exchange. And the URL for this website is actually very simple. It's the letter S as in Sam, the letter X as in like xylophone, and then the letter C as in cougars or cats or anything like that, and then it's .hu, which basically stands for website out of Hungary, the country. So it's sxc.hu, sxc.hu. And let me pull up a Google window so you know what I'm typing in. It is sxc.hu. sxc.hu, as you can see right there, S letter X C.hu. And what you're going to do here is actually use this website. You're going to want to sign up for a free account with them. Basically what they are is they're a website similar to like iStock Photo, but the benefit of these guys is compared to iStock Photo or some of these others out there, which they are a partner with, either an affiliate relationship or something, but the benefit to these guys is that they do not charge you for images that you're going to be using in your videos, images you could use on your website if you chose to do that. So it is a very powerful source for finding some amazing images that you can actually leverage to create some powerful videos, as I'll show you here in just a moment. So I recommend you first go to this website, sxc.hu, and in the top corner it'll ask you if you to sign up for an account, and it is free to do that. Once you're signed up for your account, you're just going to log in to start this process. So the first thing you want to do to create your video is you need some images. We already downloaded the software, as I showed you how to do that, but you need some images to work with as well. So in order to do this, that's why we're on this website. So we need to find images related to the niche market that we're going to be promoting. So let's use, for this example, let's just say that we're promoting a golf affiliate program. We have a website related to golf. Maybe it's a squeeze page, maybe it's our own product, maybe we're promoting an affiliate offer for a golf program. So we're just going to go here to their little search feature and type in the word golf, and you're just going to want to make sure that photo is checked and just type the word golf. Now you're going to see some premium results that come in from iStock Photo actually, but you'll want to scroll down here to use these free images. And again, there's nothing wrong with the iStock Photo images. You could actually use those if you're having a hard time finding good images here. This is just a tip to help save you some money. Up here you'll be paying, it's up to as low as $1 per image, which is not bad at all because they have some phenomenal graphics that you could use. But for this step in creating videos, you need images, and then I'm going to show you how to get audio, because that's on the technical level, that's the best way to create videos. So what we're going to do then is browse around and find a few images related to golf that we could actually use. So let's come down here and let's just look for this. Here's a nice clean looking golf course, and I'm just simply going to click on this. And right here, it's very important, below each image there's a view image license, and almost every single one of these carry the exact same image license. Basically they allow you to use it in printed promotional materials, they let you use it on CD, DVD covers, allow you to use it with your corporate identity. They typically have just very basic restrictions that you shouldn't be doing anyways, not using it for unlawful or immoral purposes, basically very basic. Obviously you can't sell or redistribute these images, but you can use it for your own videos. You will want to make sure you're in compliance with the image license, so make sure you read that. So what you're going to do is just click on the image to open it up. Click on the image, and it will say the one thing with these images is they are huge when they download. So they are super high quality. That's actually one positive point. But you're just going to want to click on the image. All I did was click here, and now you want to download it to your computer. So once it opens in a new window, you're just going to right click and choose save image as. Right click and choose save image as. So let's go ahead and we're just going to create a folder called video. Let's call this video, and I'm going to call this, we'll call this golf club 1, and we're just going to hit save. So this image is saving itself to my computer, and again, it is a very large image, but you can still work with them. So we're going to go ahead and use that image. Here's another great image of a nice golf course. So we're just going to open that up. Let this image load up here. This will take just a moment. As you can see, the image is all loaded here. And we'll just go to save image as. We'll call this golf course. And you want to find, let's just say for starters here, let's just grab 4 to 5 images just for sake of time here. So it's basically you're just browsing through to find some images that you can actually use. So we're just going to come through here, grab a couple more, and then we will go on to the next phase. So grab as many images that you want as you want. Typically you're going to go with 4 or 5 to get a nice clean video. So to get a nice clean video, that's what I would recommend you do. So let's grab a couple more images related to golf, since that is what we're talking about here. And notice there's 27 pages for golf, so there's a lot of opportunity here for you. So let's just scroll down here and find a couple more. This looks like a good one, and there's one more that we can use. So again, just open up the image by clicking on it, right click and choose save image as. And you can label them however you want. I'm just labeling them this way, just to make things a little bit smoother, as far as how it's going to show up. So we're just gonna, just labeling them to make things smoother, so you can it's a lot easier to find them. And we're gonna grab our last image here. So I'm just gonna click on this, let this open up all the way. Again, these are large files. And we're just going to right click, choose save image as, and we'll call this a golfer. So now we've got this all set up. We've got our images now. So we actually have half of this process down. We've got the images we're going to use. Decided to go with a good 5 images. Obviously you can go with more, but 4 or 5 images is good enough to get you started. It's not going to create a very large video, but it will be short, sweet, and to the point. Now the next thing you need, so the first thing you needed obviously was your Windows Live Movie Maker software. That was a free download. The second thing you needed were some images that you could work with for this style of video. And in just a moment I'm going to show you another style of video that you can actually create. But for this particular style of video, we're actually doing a video with images, with some audio, and then I'll show you how to use Windows Live Movie Maker to include your link on the video so you can actually promote. So you've pulled down your images. Start with 4 or 5, but 10 would probably be a good number to go for. The next thing you're going to do is actually go to Google or go to your browser and go to a website called OP, as in, O as in Oscar, P as in Paul, and sound, opsound.org. You're just going to want to go there and go to opsound.org. And on their website, basically what they are similar to sxc.hu in the fact that they actually allow you to use their music. There's actually music artists that are going to let you use your music, some of them for commercial purposes. Not all of them, but I'll show you how to read their terms and conditions. Most of the time the main condition is that you have to give them some sort of credit at the end of the video if you use their music, which is very easy to do, and I'll show you how to do that with the great free Windows Live Movie Maker software. So as you can see, these 3 tools together have not cost you a dime to speak of. No money out of pocket, no money for images, no money for royalty-free music, and Windows Live Movie Maker is again absolutely free. So it's a very, very inexpensive thing for you to do. So what we're going to do is go to opsound.org, opsound.org. So what you want to do is come here to where it says music, and you can go ahead and select by genre. So select by the style of music that you would want. So for example, for this one, let's say we want more of like an up-tempo type song here, or maybe like something that's going to get people excited or something like that. So soundtrack music sometimes is, or techno music can be exciting as well. So we're just going to come here, browse through, and there's really no rhyme or reason here, to really pull these down. But basically, you want to come in here and you can actually just click on these different images, or excuse me, click on these different titles, and you can actually just simply listen to them within like your Windows media player or something of that nature. So it'll take just a few seconds for that video to that audio to download, and you can go through and listen to it. If you think it'll fit your needs, like if it's the right kind of music you want, then you can just go for it. So obviously you're going to spend quite a bit of time here, not tons of time, but you're going to spend some time to find the right song, and there's plenty of good songs out there. But while that song is actually downloading, I do want to share with you the license of OP Sound. Basically, a lot of these music is found, all music and sounds and songs in here, they're released under the Creative Commons attribution. So basically, it allows you to use it. But you have to actually give them, attribution and tell them that, that this person actually created the song. So that's what's the most important there. So that's how you listen to it. You'll notice as I was telling you about the Creative Commons license, the audio loaded up. So I decided that that song is going to be good enough. So we're just going to use that one for this example. So let's just come in here and we'll just right click, save link as, and we're going to save it to our video folder here. And if there's another one we wanted to use, we could just right click, save link as, and save that one as well, so that we can have both of these going. So it's important that you save your music, and obviously while they're being saved, make sure you understand the license in full, so that you can in fully basically give them the right benefits of it. So they do allow you to use it for commercial uses, but they do ask you sometimes to make an effort maybe to get in touch with the person, but it's really up to how you want to do that. But they are actually open. They do not restrict for commercial usage, but it is recommended that you do give the author some sort of credit if they make that easy for you. So you can maybe have the name of the song, or things like that. So you could say produced by Pearl SS DJ. That's who that individual is. So you can kind of go through there and give that individual credit for creating these songs. So we'll remember that this is the person that created this little set of music that we're going to use. So when that finishes downloading, which looks like that's going to take a while because that's a large file, we'll just stop that one. So we'll go with this music song right here. And once we've picked our music, so you spent your time browsing through here, there is lots of music back here. So do spend some time, find music that fits you. Genre basically will allow you to search for it by certain types of genres. You've got techno music, you've got electronic music, electro, lots of different examples here that you could actually go through. So you'll notice here they'll kind of sort this out by who this is in that market. This is by the artist Jerome Liebel. So you could actually take that. Let's see. And if that was a song you wanted to use, you obviously could just right click on it, and download it to see if it works. But whenever you're browsing through your genres, you're going to want to make sure that you give the individual credit that created it. So in this case, it's Jerome Liebel for that example. and in this one it's Pearl SSDJ. So you're just going to make sure, at the end of the video you give them credit, and everybody's going to be happy that way. So that's how you go through the music. That's how you download it. Very simple process. You want to come up with, just at least one music track that you can actually go ahead and use. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and open up our Windows Live Movie Maker software, because believe it or not, we have everything we need here to make a very simple yet powerful video using images, royalty-free music, and a free software. So this is not costing you anything to create this great music, or excuse me, these great videos. So what you're going to do is go to your Start menu after you've installed Windows Live Movie Maker, and it's going to install it in a folder called Windows Live on your PC. And you're just going to want to select Windows Live Movie Maker and go ahead and open it up. Now that you have the Windows Live Movie Maker software open, you're going to need to import your images that you just took. Now, if you already have a video that maybe you had somebody shoot for you with a video camera or with a digital camera, the import process is very similar, and using these tools is going to be very similar. So I just wanted to let you know about that. But for this particular thing, we're creating very simple videos using images and some free audios, and I'm going to show you how to brand them with your links here within the video in just a moment. So what you're going to do is come over here within the Windows Live Movie Maker and choose Add Videos and Photos. Now, as you will recall, these are the golf photos that we just pulled off that sxc.hu, the royalty-free website, and we're just going to grab all these and click on Open, and it's going to import our 5 images. Now, what you can do here, obviously if you had more images you could import them. You can do all sorts of features here, really, if you wanted to go about doing that. But what we want to do here is add a title to our video. And the title you want to have like the black background with white font, and that's going to be the basic that they give you. You just want it to be like your website domain. That's something that's very important. It could be your website domain. It could be your name if you wanted to. If you were branding your own business, that's great too. But you somehow want to be able to give them your name and always give them your website on that opening slide, just so they know, who it's from and who it's by and things like that. So that is, how you do that. Now, if you want to get to where you're typing in your website, you'll notice at the bottom here, it's going to say there's text on that thing. So you just need to double click and you can go through the process of inputting your text. Now, up here in the right corner, you can actually, obviously work with it a little bit so you can see how your website's going to show up. Either it's going to jump in that way or it could jump in this way. So you can select the option you want to go with and just stick with it there. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's create a closing slide as well. So we need to go ahead, go to the home part, and we're going to create another title slide, and this time it's going to be our website again. So this part is really simple. You're just putting in your website here. Very, very basic step. So let's make that sized correctly so it shows up. Obviously I'm just fixing the sizing here so the whole website domain can fit. Now, since these are the exact same, we just need to drag them to their respective locations, one at the beginning, one at the end. Now, obviously your introduction slide, you can type whatever you want on there. That is completely up to you. Now, if you do have a longer video or a video where you want to insert like a caption throughout, it's recommended that you do that with like your website link. And if you want to do that, you just select the image or the images that you want to put the caption on. So you can just select one, and you can just come through here, just hit Control and select them all, and just do a caption. And you can just put in, it'll let you just do one at a time. So let's just go to yourwebsite.com. Obviously you can fix that. You can change the location of it, it's like where it's going to show up on there. It gives you a lot of flexibility there. But there it is, show up as yourwebsite.com. Now if you decide that you don't want it, like for example in this video, it's not going to probably show up correctly. And since these are going to be short enough videos, you're not going to want to worry too much about having captions on these videos. But that is how you add captions if you want to, if it makes sense. Now you can obviously, when you're doing those captions, you could change the colors of the font. For right in here, if you thought black might show up better, you could fix that. You could change that, to any color that you think might stand out better. Obviously, those ones aren't. So, in some cases, it's just going to make sense for you not to deal with a caption. So, just keep that in mind. The next thing you need to do, you've got your title slide, you've got your closing slide, is the next thing you want to do is go ahead and actually insert your, go ahead and insert some visual effects into this video if you want to. So you can come right up here to where it says visual effects, and this part's kind of cool. It's something you may or may not want to do with your videos. It's completely up to you. Some people like to do a black and white type effect. You'll notice that it gives you a black and white type effect on your photo, so it kind of gives you a very cool, very crisp, clean, looking video. Now anytime if you want to change it back, you just come over here to this blank screen and it would just change your image back to where it was. You could also, go like with the, like the orangey glow if you wanted to. You can come back here and make that look old style, or you can make it go back to normal. Very, very simple stuff. That's found under visual effects. You're just going to highlight the image you want to fix, click on whichever effect you want to go with. Obviously you can scroll down here, there's even more effects. Like if you wanted to rotate an image, for example, or come over here, let's say scroll down here, you could just make it like a blurred effect almost. There's all sorts of possibilities here, but obviously if you do not want to go with any of those, you can just click over here to actually change those images around. So let's go with this one. Let's just make that black and white. And now we're going to add animation. So that was visual effects, and this is animations. Now animations is really cool and very important because it gives you those nice clean transitions that you find with a lot of videos. So all you need to do is highlight your image and simply pick an animation to use. They give you a lot of animations to choose from, and you can actually see what it's going to look like as you go through here. So you can just click some random ones. You could be consistent, like keep the same animations. It would be completely up to you how you want to go about doing that. So obviously you can just go through here and make this as simple or as fun as you want it to be. You can even make your title slide animate or with animation effect so that it will transition very smoothly. You'll notice at any time you can hit play. Notice how slick that was by simply clicking the mouse. That is what is so powerful about this whole process. By simply clicking the mouse, that totally and completely is very, very simple. Now you can also change, how long the effect takes to make. If you want to make it a half a second, you can do that. 1 second, 2 seconds. There's all sorts of options there as well, that you could do. Now, one other feature that is very cool is if you want to make your images move, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Basically, as you see here, your images kind of can move throughout, and you see this on a lot of very professional, very well done videos. You'll see like the zoom and pan effect, as they call it, where basically it's moving around. And so that's what we just selected there. It was under pan and zoom, and it actually added those effects there. So what I recommend you do is click your mouse at the beginning and hit the play button, and you're going to see basically what kind of video you've just created using all these little point and click features. And most of these are found under animations and visual effects. And the best thing I can recommend you do is just that you play around with this a little bit. And you'll notice this video is turning out very professional, very clean, and it took very little time to actually do, and you don't have to be a big time video expert. Now you'll notice on this effect here, it kind of like took the website right away, right off, and this one kind of kept it there. I would probably switch these ones around. So I would make your opening slide be kind of, that cool little cinematic opening, if you will, and kind of just tweak that a little bit. So that's how I would do that one. So let's just take away that effect, and we can actually make this one, give it a transition. So you notice your website jumps in, and then down here your website's going to stay. So that's some of the animations, and you can play around obviously and just see how it's going to look. Now under home here, the home features where you're going to do most of your activity, there is one other thing we need to add, and that is actually need to add our music that we actually downloaded from the opsound.org website. So let's just go here to add music, and we're going to come down here and just upload our music file to this thing, and you'll notice it instantly puts the music in conjunction with your pictures. So it's very smooth in that way, and how it works like that. So you can just basically, take your music and import it right there. Once you've added your music, you've got your effects, you've added your music, you got your title slides. Remember, it's very important that you do consider adding a credit slide so that the person that you're using the music for free gets credit for it, and that's typically what they want you to do with the Creative Commons license. So you could say music by, and go over to the website here, Pearl SS DJ. So there we go, music by, there you go, and you can just put it in there as a credit. Now, one other thing you can do that I would recommend is after the credit, you also add one more little title slide. So you can do that at the home section, and let's just go to yourwebsite.com again, resize this, and now you can actually just transition this over one more time. And once you have all that in place, you've got your music in place, you've got everything working for you, the next thing you can do is just go ahead and click on play here and watch your video, and you should hear the music playing in the background as well. So you'll notice there's the zoom and pan effect. You'll notice it's moving throughout, and your video is actually almost created. Basically, it is created at this point. You just want to edit it, make sure there's nothing that you would want to fix on it. If you want to make the video longer, you could add images, and basically you just go to the home section and you can add more images very simply by just importing them. So you notice there's the credit slide, and here's the final closing slide, with the website at the end one more time. So it does a great job of branding, and when you upload the video, you'll also be able to include your website wherever you upload it to the video hosting sites, which is also very important for you to be able to do. If you do want to add more photos, you can actually just click on that and actually just add any more photos that you decide you want to add. If you just do decide that it's too short of a video, you could actually lengthen it, and notice how that by just importing that. Or if you want to remove a video slide or any kind of thing, a picture, a video, anything you've imported, you can just right click and choose remove on that. So now our video's actually completed. So what we want to do is actually save our video and actually create it. So it's going to give you several options here for creating your videos. It's going to basically allow you to do several things. You could publish the video straight to YouTube, but I actually recommend that you first actually save the video before you do this. So what you want to do is just come here and just save the video to your computer. So I would recommend you just come over here and go to like a 720p size video, or 480p, something like that. Just a smaller video. You don't need a huge video size because you're going to be uploading it to video sites for promotions. So what you're going to do is just come over here. It's going to save it in your My Videos folder, and you'll just call this Golf Video 1, and go ahead and click on save, or you can call it whatever you want, and you can choose this for any kind of niche, and it will take it a little while for it to actually be saved and for it to be completed, but once it's saved and completed, you can actually go through and watch the video. Now the video has actually been saved, so you can actually choose to play it within Windows Movie Maker, and there it goes. You can see the final video product showing up here. and you'll see how high quality this video was. And just because you use these high quality images from this free royalty free source called sxc.hu, so you noticed you created a very super high quality video that you can now work with some. And you can actually go over to like your My Videos folder, and you should see this video all loaded up there, and it saved it. It's about a minute long, 16.7 megabytes, which is a great size video, and we'll show you in just a moment later in this video how to actually upload it so you can actually start marketing it on YouTube and other video hosting type websites. Now there is one other style of video that you could use, and that's actually taking away the music. So you don't necessarily need the music. It does add a lot, and but you do need some sort of audio to really tie a video together. Images sometimes just won't do a video justice and won't keep people's attention. So if you do decide that you do not want to use music with it, you could actually do a narration by actually like reading like a private label rights article about your market, like an article you have the rights to repurpose or reuse. You could actually read an article. You could actually just talk about whatever topic, talk about your website, for example, why your business, talk about your business, all sorts of possibilities here. And to do that, there's actually a really cool free tool that lets you actually record what's on your screen, or excuse me, record audio through your computer. And to do this, just go to Google and type in Audacity. That is Audacity, Audacity. So go out to Google, type in Audacity, and you're going to want to download this great tool, which works. They have a great version for Windows computers that you can actually use. So just go ahead and download Audacity. You can see, you can pick which system you want to install it on, and just go through their installation steps. Once it is installed on your computer, I'm going to actually pull it up here and show you how to go about using Audacity. So we're going to pull it up here. It's in our start menu, so we're just going to select Audacity, and it's a very simple little tool. Now if you do want the highest quality, you will want to make sure your computer has a microphone built in. Most computers already have them built in, like a laptop computer does. A laptop computer already has microphones built in. A lot of PCs nowadays, they have them built in, but you are larger, not laptops, but you're gonna want to get like a headset to get the highest quality audio, and you can get a great USB headset over on Amazon. And let me show you real quick, since that's a little technical thing here, where you can get a good video headset. Just go to Amazon.com and type in USB headset, and you'll get all sorts of selections. You could also go to your favorite office supply store, electronics store like Best Buy, your retailers have them, Walmart, places like that. Logitech's a great brand to use. Plantronics is another good one. Logitech is the most widely used ones, and that's what these videos are being recorded on. So you could use definitely invest in a headset if you want to go the route of actually creating your own little audios. But basically what you do here is when you're ready to record, I would recommend that you have your article ready that you're going to be reading from, and just go ahead and hit the record button and just go from there. So go ahead and just click on record and start reading all about the whatever it is you want to go through, create a video on. So just click record. Talk a little bit about, golfing is such a great sport. I'm a huge fan of this sport. I love to golf. Golf is marvelous. Check out my website. I've got some great free tips on how to be a better golfer. Go there now. Whatever it is, I just was throwing out an example so you can see how this software is going to work. When it's done recording, when you're done recording, when you're done with your article, done with your message, whatever the case might be, just go ahead and click on the stop button right up here. And now you're going to go to File, Export as a Wave, and we're going to go over and save this into our videos folder. Remember, we created a separate folder called video for like creating videos, and we're going to call this Golf Audio 1, and I'm just putting numbers at the ends of these different file names, just so in case I want to create a video 2, video 3, it just makes life a whole lot easier. So that'll take just a moment to save that, and to verify that it's there, you'll just want to go to your documents folder and go to the video file, and you'll see a golf audio showing up right here in wave format. Now wave format happens to be like a Windows type audio format, so it works out very well for you. So if you do decide to go this route, I just removed that audio that was there. So now we're going to go here to where it says add music, and I'm going to import our golf audio right here. So I'm going to import our golf audio and go ahead and click on play. And right now my audio voice is actually going in my headset right now, so I know it's working. The video effects are all still there. You know how to edit in your own video effects. That's just another way to create a video, and that's why I wanted to show you this. Now if you want to get real fancy, you could add your music at the beginning and at the end. You could throw in your music right here. So then at the end of the audio, when the audio cuts off, you could have music the rest of the way to get people to your website. You can really play around with this. Move the audio parts around. Just really play around with it. If you decide you don't want to go with that, you could just remove it. You can pick, kind of like the starting point of it. Where you want it to actually start. If you don't want it to start till the first slide, you could do that. So really just lots of flexibility here. You can move things around just like if you were working with the images themselves. So that's how you create a video with an audio built in using this free software that again is absolutely free called Audacity, and it actually lets you record them. And if you have a microphone on your computer already, that would actually be good enough to get started with, but you would eventually want to get a USB headset. So that is the process for using Audacity. And when you're ready to share your video, all you need to do is just the exact same process. You can come over here and hit publish movie or save movie, and save it as like a high definition 720p video, and you can just come in here, golf video 2, and click on save, and it will start the save process. Or you could come up here and save it like we did previously. So that's the process of using Windows Live Movie Maker to create some very powerful videos using images, using music, or using your own audios. And so now we're going to transition and discuss another set of videos that you could create using PowerPoints and those types of trainings. Now we're going to create videos using another method, basically taking PowerPoint or OpenOffice, which is a free version of PowerPoint basically. It's a free software you can use. They have a version called OpenOffice Impress, which is very similar to to PowerPoint. And so for this example we are going to be using OpenOffice Impress, but if you do know how to use PowerPoint already, then the steps are going to be very similar. We're just going to basically create a content rich PowerPoint with bullet points, basically with content, using a free private label rights article, or you could use content that you have, create your own bullet points if you wanted to. And we're going to take that, create the PowerPoint first, and then I'm going to show you two different software programs that you can use that are both free, that will actually let you record your screen, and you can actually create a video from these PowerPoints with the moving, the PowerPoint movement with your voice and everything. And once that video is created, you could actually just take that content and upload it to the video sharing websites. So first you need to go out and download OpenOffice or download Microsoft Office, or if you already have either one of these, just go ahead and open them up. So for OpenOffice, what you're going to do is go to your start menu, just like if you had Microsoft Office, and you're going to look for OpenOffice, and you want to select OpenOffice Impress. OpenOffice Impress. Once it opens up, it's going to ask you if you want a template or if you want an empty presentation. Typically, you can just go with an empty presentation. That's going to be the best way to go. And as far as slide transition, you could actually pick how you want that to go. You could start off with no effect, or you could make it, obviously it would be good to have a transition of some sort, so you just want to play around with this a little bit to see how it's going to look. They will actually show you. And so let's just pick an option here. So let's go with that for a transition, and for speed we can go with fast, and that one takes a little bit of time, so let's just go with like 2 spokes, and let's go with that one. And you can go to presentation type default, and just click on create, and you're going to notice this, it's going to look very similar to PowerPoint. So if you do know how to use PowerPoint, again, this is a very similar concept, very same process. Now what you want to do here, the goal here is not to create a very fancy PowerPoint from the start. A white background with black font will be just sufficient, which is what we're going to do here to start out. So we need to come up with, again, just like with the video before with the pictures, 4 or 5 slides. It's going to be create a nice short good video that you can go out there and promote. And you can imagine how you can go through this process recording mountains and mountains of videos rather quickly from several private label rights articles, for example, which is what I'm going to be using. I've got a private label rights article that I'm going to be showing you how to chop this up into a video, a very basic video. So we're just going to first create like our title slide. So let's just go ahead and put that right on in here. So we're just going to call this the name of the article or whatever the topic is you're trying to go after. So we're just going to call this entrepreneurship, and you could even take the title if you wanted to, stories of famous entrepreneurs. And you can adjust the font size. You can do the same thing in PowerPoint if you wanted to. And once you do that, you can go ahead and add a second slide. So you can just go with the title one, that will basically enable you to have bullet points and things like that. And just go ahead and right click and choose new slide. And for your new slide, you can select the template and click to add title. You can just call this, the name of your article or your content. And I just want to show you the idea here of this is taking a private label rights article. Obviously, again, if you had your own content, what I would recommend you do here is that you go ahead and input your own information here. So you're just going to go ahead and type in, your content here. It is great to be your own boss. You can put in your own bullet points and format it however you want. Or you could take from these articles and just put this in there, right on in here. And then you would want to format this again so that it fits your message that you're trying to get across. But for this example, we're just showing you here how to make this happen from a technical standpoint, instead of more of a format and form and function and things like that. So let's just go on in here. And I'm just copying and pasting by hitting Control C to copy, and just going through here and pasting in this content. And this is just an example here. And again, right click, you can choose new slide. And if you want to have another title or heading, we can talk about Bill Gates here. He's a great entrepreneur, and that's what the article talks about. And you can actually just take everything in here, make it a bullet point. But what's recommended here is that you format this in a way that it makes more sense. Instead of making it one big paragraph, you could actually take this and create several little mini bullet points out of each one of these. You can take this and position it differently. You can move it around. You can come in here and do different things with animation. So you can come on in here and just format the animation like custom animation here. And then you can just go through here, work a little bit with the animations and change them up as you go through the process. So you could actually play. See how it's going to show up. Notice I chose the on click option, which I'll show you that here. When I went through here, I highlighted all these bullet points and I click start on click, and what that does, that actually makes it set up so that you have to click in order to get your images, or excuse me, to get the bullet points to display correctly. So that's what we went ahead and did there, to get them to display right. Now, once you've gone through this process, it's definitely recommended that you also add something like a, like a text box or something like that. So we'll come on down here, and we're going to add in, a text box of some sort. Or you can come down here and position the content down here. And you want to put in your website down in this footer area, and you can change how this little table is going to show up here. And if you're in PowerPoint, you could do like a text box and things like that. And then you can format the font once it's inside there, so make it larger if you would like. You can center it, and then you can play around with it. So in this way your website shows up at the bottom. Now you can copy this and move it to these other slides where it makes sense. And since in this example it kind of overshadows that content, you can move it a little to the side, so that way your website gets up there. You could also take this font and highlight it all, make it slightly smaller so that it is not as overbearing. And then you can move this back to the center. And that's what's great about PowerPoint or OpenOffice Impress, is that it basically allows you to maneuver things around, move things around a lot easier than you would most of the time. So I'm just going to copy in another slide, and you got the idea of how to add slides. And then we're going to create a new slide here, so just right click and choose new slide, because we now need a closing type slide. And this slide right here in the center, that would do just fine. And then you can change the font or make it bold, however you want to do that, make it bigger. And then that way it's going to actually show your website at the end of the video, which is very, very important. So you've got your introduction slide, you've got your website showing up at the footer of each of these content type slides. And now you're basically got your very basic PowerPoint ready to go. So this part is pretty much complete. The PowerPoint part is finished, and you can spend more time, work on formatting the background and do different things like that if you want. But for all intents and purposes, you just need a very basic PowerPoint here. So that's what we're going to go with. Now, the tools that you need in order to make this work, there's two of them, and you can pick which one you want to record from. Cam Studio, this one is more popular, works better, more popular with Windows type users, and the reason is it records in a format that's very simple. It's a very basic screen capture program, but it records in a format that's going to be very easy for you to work with, modify, and upload to video. Cam Studio it's got a very small learning curve, but it is very popular. And you can just go to camstudio.org, camstudio.org. It is absolutely free, so it will not cost you anything to get this going. That's camstudio.org. So you are going to want to go to their website and go ahead and download their software. Download Cam Studio if you're on a Windows. If you happen to be on a Mac computer and don't want to go through the process of running Windows on your Mac using Parallels, that program that we talked about, you could go to Google and type in the word Jing, J-I-N-G, and you'll see, you probably noticed as I recorded this video, this little yellow spot up here. Well, this is actually my Jing up here, and I included it in this video because I'm going to show you how to use it. It is a very powerful little program that you can actually use, and that's called Jing. Jing lets you take screen capture pictures with arrows on it, which is also very powerful. So even if you don't want to do this for the video, I recommend you download Jing. It's free for the pictures. And And what you can actually do, it is free, is actually record very short videos. They limit you on the time, but typically for what you're trying to do here with these PowerPoint type videos, it's going to be long enough to fit your goal. So that's Jing. So you want to get a copy of either one or both, and that way you can play around and choose which one you want to go with. Now I'm going to start off here by actually doing this presentation with, we're just going to go ahead and do this presentation using Cam Studio, and then I'll record it with Jing so you can see how to record it with each option. Now again, like I said before, it is recommended that you have a good USB headset in order for you to record the best quality audio. But again, you can get away with the built-in microphone that's already in your computer. That will be just fine for you to go about and do that. Well, now that you've gone ahead and downloaded Cam Studio, you're going to want to go ahead and open it up from your start menu. So you're just going to come over here to where it says Cam Studio on the left hand side in your start menu. And what I did is I opened up the PowerPoint in slideshow format within OpenOffice. You could either do this within OpenOffice or PowerPoint, and I'll show you that step here so you're not out of place. Just come over here to where it says slideshow and select slideshow, or in PowerPoint you can select start slideshow, and then I'm going to click the Windows key in order for me to pull up my applications and all my programs, and you'll see here Cam Studio directly on in here. So you just need to grab Cam Studio, and what you're going to see with Cam Studio here is a very basic, very small layout for you to work with. So first, what I want you to look at changing here is change it from normal view to compact view, and you'll see why in just a moment. The one thing with Cam Studio is that once it starts recording, it's basically going to just instantly start recording. There's no 3, 2, 1, so you can move anything. You need to be ready to start recording that instant, as I'll show you here. So first things first is once you open Cam Studio and you're in slideshow view, you want to select region. And it's recommended that you go with region. Fixed region will be checked at first, but you just want to go with region or full screen. Region's going to give you a little more control over how things are going to display, how they're going to show up. So what you want to do is go ahead and select record, and when you hit record, it's actually going to go ahead and actually show up a little, you'll see a little cross there that you can actually drag around on your screen so that it actually records a certain window. Now, as soon as I release this little my mouse here that I'm using to click and drag this region around, as soon as I release it, it is going to start recording immediately. So it's important that you know that and just start going. So I'm just going to release it and go through a little example here. Entrepreneurship is definitely something that's very important to you. Here's some stories of famous entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship, it's great to be your own boss. For those who seek success beyond unimaginable boundaries, entrepreneurship would certainly be the answer. And you can go through and read through this, and you'll notice here's information on one of the individuals. And so you can just go through, read the content or read the highlights from here. Notice it's transitioning and all that, so it's creating the little action on the screen. And this is going to create a very basic video. Make sure you check out my website for more tips on being a better entrepreneur. And now once you do that is just come on over here, and you just want to stop. Go ahead and pull up this little play menu here and just stop the video. Once it stops the video, the one thing with Cam Studio, again, is it automatically gets you to a position to save the AVI file. And AVI is a format of video, but it's good enough for you to upload to YouTube. So you want to just go out and just, pick your video title, Entrepreneurship, and we'll call it Entrepreneurship 1, and we are going to go ahead and save this onto our computer. And it will start saving your video, and it's going to pull up like it into the Cam Studio player so you can see how your video is going to display. Now, one thing to check around too, if for some reason the audio is not showing up, and this is something I definitely want to bring to your attention, is make sure if the audio is not showing up, make sure you choose record audio from microphone. That is very, very important. So make sure record audio from microphone is set, and then choose audio options for microphone, and you're going to want to make sure that your USB device has been checked. So let me go through that little process for you one more time. When you open up your Cam Studio, after you've recorded your video, if the audio is not there, make sure you check options and make sure that you select record audio from microphone. And one more time, choose record audio from microphone and then select audio options and choose audio options for microphone, and you're going to choose a microphone, use your USB microphone or your internal built-in microphone. Either one of those, you're going to want to make sure those are selected so that it does record your audio the next time you're around. Now you can also go ahead and just choose full screen for the recording and don't have to worry about dragging around, and I'll show you that. So we're just going to record this part real quick and it should be picking up our audio now. We're just going to go ahead and stop that and we'll call this Entrepreneurship 2. And you're just going to click through your PowerPoint slide just like you're going through PowerPoint. So that is Cam Studio. That's basically how you record your video with Cam Studio. Again, the one thing too that's kind of a downside of it is sometimes this little player will get in the way, and so kind of stand out there. So once you've had all your options set, you may want to remove it to like buttons only view so that it takes up even less space. And to get it back, you can just go to toggle view right up here. And once you do that, you're going to be all set. Your video will be all recorded, saved to your computer. And let's just go check it out here. You again can see where they're going to be located. So it's in your documents folder, wherever you chose it to be saved. And you'll find in here Entrepreneurship 1 and Entrepreneurship 2. And both of those videos are ready to go. So the next step for this process, the next thing that we're going to do is record the same PowerPoint that we just did, but this time we're going to use the Jing application to record, and I'll show you how Jing will work as far as recording your PowerPoint. So what you're going to do is of course, make sure that you've downloaded Jing. Go on out there to the web and make sure that you've gone through the process of downloading Jing. Just click over here to download. Again, it does work with the Mac, so it's going to be very, very good for you in that regards. So go ahead, go to your Start menu, and you're going to go ahead and open up Jing. So you're going to see where you happen to save it. It's going to be called TechSmith. You're going to choose TechSmith and then select Jing. And after we do this, I'll show you a paid software that is also created by TechSmith that creates very powerful video, screen capture videos as well. And Jing right here, notice it will implant itself at top of your browser, and you can actually kind of maneuver it around here, which kind of makes Jing pretty cool in that regards. You can move it around to the top, to the bottom, just kind of make it stick out here. So we're going to go back up here and we're going to go to slideshow and start from the beginning just like we did before. But this time we're going to go up to our little Jing menu, and again we could slide it around to the side here so it doesn't maybe get in the way, and we're going to go ahead and choose capture, and you'll notice here it's going to give you the option here to capture a certain window area. And you'll notice once I drag and select the area I want to record, it's going to give me two options. One option is to capture an image. Another option is to capture a video. So we're going to go with the video capture option for this example. Or you could do a screen captures as well from doing the exact same thing with Jing, but we are doing a video here. So we're going to select video, and it's going to tell you the microphone's on, 3, 2, 1. As you saw there, it's recording. Entrepreneurship, here's some stories of some famous entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship, it's great to be your own boss. For those who seek success beyond unimaginable boundaries, entrepreneurship would be the answer. So you can see here we're listing through here these bullet points. We're talking through what we have, and we're just going to click through these points and finish out our PowerPoint here. And you can close out, tell people to go visit your website, and then you're just going to come right down here and click on the stop button, and then you're going to see it go through the process of saving your video. So now let's go ahead and save this. Let's just call this Jing test, and then you're going to select save, and you will go through the process of saving this file to your computer. So you'll go ahead and go to your documents folder, wherever you want to save it, go to video, and you're going to go to save. Now, the one downside of working with Jing is the fact that Jing will actually save your video file in a format called SWF, and so it can be very complicating for you to actually convert it to the format that you need it to be converted in, so that you can post it onto YouTube and different sites like that. So to get around that issue, you could make a very small investment and actually buy into what is called Jing Pro. Basically, Jing Pro gives you some additional options, and one of those is it allows you to to actually record within Jing Pro. It lets you record an MP4 file, which is great for uploading to video sites. Plus, it gives you a few more functions and abilities. So you can actually have an overview here. You can check out the features of Jing Pro. It lets you upload to Facebook and YouTube, share faster with smaller video files, record motion picture, and it's only $15 a year, so it is very inexpensive. Again, works with a Mac or PC. So if you do decide Jing is for you, it will record them in the MP4 format, which is much easier and way more seamless than trying to convert the SWF file that they give you, because there are software programs out there. You can actually go to Google and just type in convert Jing SWF to YouTube, and there's actually some software programs that will actually convert the file to an AVI format so that you can use it, but I don't recommend going that route, because honestly, for the time it's going to take, the $15 investment is going to be worth it to make Jing work for you. But if money's an issue, you do have Cam Studio that you could fall back on and use, which will get the job done till you start getting some revenue going. And while I'm on the topic of software programs that are going to be great for your videos, I highly recommend that you go and check out Camtasia, which is also by TechSmith. So let's just go to Google, and I'll type it out here. It's called Camtasia. Camtasia, which again is also by TechSmith, really is a very powerful tool. It's actually what's being used right now to record this particular video that you're watching. Camtasia is just a very, very powerful tool. So that is Camtasia. Now that you've had a chance to record your video, it's going to be time for you to upload it so you can start promoting it. So what you want to do is go over to youtube.com. This is by far and large the largest video hosting sites online. In fact, as you know, it's one of the most popular websites online and most visited sites on the entire internet. So definitely get an account at youtube.com if you do not have one already. The great thing is they are tied in with Google, so you just need like a Gmail account or anything like that. Now I'm going to show you how to upload your video. The upload process is the same as mostly the same as if you were going to use other video sharing sites as well. So for YouTube, you just simply come in, click on upload, and with any of the other sites you're going to choose upload as well. So what you're going to do is go to upload video, and you're just going to browse for the video on your computer. So you just want to see where it's located, and it is located in the videos folder, and we're just going to upload this golf video. So you'll see here as the video uploads, it tells you the progress. and then it actually gives you information about your video. This is where you get a chance to promote your video. So you want to make sure for your title that you're including your keywords. Now I know this is technical training, but I do want to help you get as much traffic as possible. So include your main keywords here. So you want like your good keyword rich title to go here. So we're going to call this golfing for beginners. And for the description, or you could call this, golf swing tips, inspiring golf movie, if you want to call it that. And for the description, this part is very important for you. You could do two things here. You could just put in a description, and that's good enough, and hope people type in your website. Or you could go ahead and type in your actual website URL, which I think is ideally the better way to go. So learn how to become a better golfer by watching this inspirational golf swing tips video. Now this video wasn't entirely about golf swing tips, as you know, but I just am throwing this in there just as an example so you can see how you can put in a keyword rich description, and you want to put in your link, and it's very important that your link has the HTTP colon / in front of it before you get into the www and all that, because if you do not have that, your link will not become active most of the time. So this actually ensures that your link is going to become active, at least with YouTube and some of the other video sharing sites. Now you can also come in here with tags and put in tags related to your keywords. You could say golf, golf swing, golf game. You can come up with all sorts of options here. And then you can come over here, select your best category. So your category is going to be fit under how to and style probably. It could go under sports possibly, since it's related to golf. If it was health, that you're doing something on, you could find a health category, or it could be under people. Really, that you pick the option here that makes most sense. And this part is very important. Choose privacy as public, and then go ahead and select save changes. Now what's going to happen here is it's still waiting on YouTube, because as you can see it's still uploading the video. So this part's going to take just a moment for it to finish out, but it's so important that your title is keyword rich, that your description has content in it, that you do include tags that include your keywords, because these types of things will ensure your video gets seen. And quite honestly, that's the most important part of actually working on creating videos and uploading them, which is why you just learned how to create them. And so uploading them correctly is very, very important. Now while we're at it, I just want to share with you another video sharing site, and that is called Revver.com. That is REVVER.com. Now Revver.com functions the exact same way as YouTube. In fact, you're just going to have a username and password. You're going to log in, and you're just going to select upload, just like with YouTube, and it'll let you browse on your computer to find it and upload it. But Revver.com, that is REVVER.com. Now the video, after it's been uploaded, will show upload progress. And it will tell you actually in just a moment your video will be live, and it will give you a link to it. So you could actually go to this link and take a look at it. Now what you're going to see, you'll notice actually your video is going to become live very, very soon. And it will take a little bit of time to be processed, and the video quality, like they say, will actually end up being improved. So once your video is actually up on the link, you have a link to your video, whether you click on the link back here, or if you go up here to your profile and choose my videos, you can pick how you want to find it, but you just want to actually click in so you're actually on your video page. That's so important, that you are actually on there. Because then you just want to make sure your video displays correctly. You'll notice how the link is now active, and if you were to click on that, it would take you on over to a website. So you notice how all that's set up. Now what's most important here though is that you understand how to embed your video as well. So you've got your video on a link, you've got a direct link to your video that you could copy and promote and do whatever you want with it now that it's uploaded, because it was very simple to upload. But now it's very important that you know how to actually put your video onto a blog or onto your squeeze page or onto your sales page. And so in order to do that, this process is very simple as well. You're going to go to your actual video, so be on the video where you uploaded it, and you're going to choose Embed. And it's going to offer you several options here, and you want to choose uncheck the option that says include related videos, because basically if you're putting it on your website, you don't really want people watching related videos for other offers or from other potential people marketing and websites. So typically you would uncheck include related videos, so that way it just shows your video, and you can go ahead and select the size that you want to go with. You could choose as big as you want, or the smaller size the better, especially if you're doing it on a squeeze page or a sales page or putting it onto a blog. So we're going to go with like the 560 by 340 size, or you could even do in a custom size here and do like a 450 by 278. That would be fine as well. And once you put that in, just highlight your code right here. Highlight, just put your mouse in that box, right click, and choose copy. And you're going to go over to, we're going to embed this into WordPress. Now if you're doing this onto a squeeze page, it's going to be the exact same process. You're going to go to the HTML section or the source code section, and you need to just go ahead and put in your copy, or actually just paste in this code that you just copied. And if you do decide that you want to center your video, you could do a couple things. You could actually do what I'm typing on the screen here, which is a caret to the left and the word center. And then at the end of all this code, it's a caret to the left again, which is the key next to the letter M on most keyboards, and do a / center, arrow to the right, and then you can just go over here to visual and you could actually see the video, or the little video box would show up here as well, so you could actually just highlight it and center it that way if you wanted to. But go ahead and just select update, and then you can go to that blog post here and you should see the video already embedded on that blog post. So you notice here, there's the video, and if you were to hit play on that, your video would actually play within here. Your video would actually display as you go through this. So now you see how simple that is to actually embed your video, to create your video. And so that's all we have as far as creating your videos, uploading your videos, and embedding them on your website so they can be used to make you profits.